Now come to the third type, where you are asked to calculate this X value, that is number of water of crystallization. So here the first question, now here none of the sample will be given as impure sample, okay, both are pure here. So what is the first question here? The first question is again molarity of the KMnO4 solution. So that you can do, as I said earlier, molarity of KMnO4 solution. So that is simply W1 by 158. Okay, so that is just like question number 2. So I am not doing it again. Then question number 2, molarity of oxalic acid or more salt solution. Remember, in type 3, since this X value is not given, you cannot use the molecular weight of oxalic acid as 126 or molecular weight of more salt as 392. You cannot use it. You have to find it. So in question number 2, when you are asked to calculate the molarity of oxalic acid or more salt, again that M1V1 by M2V2 equals to 2 by 5 for oxalic acid. Using this you will find M2, and this is equals to 2 by 10 for more salt. Using this you will find the molarity of the solution. Okay, so question number 1 to very easy. Now question number 3, that is a new type, molecular weight of oxalic acid. Molecular weight of oxalic acid or more salt. Now we know that strength in gram per liter equals to molarity into molecular weight. So molecular weight equals to strength in gram per liter by molarity. Now strength in gram per liter for pure is given, because here both the samples are given as pure sample. So strength in gram per liter is simply W2, that is given, and this molarity M2 you have find from question number 2, M2. So from here you get the molecular weight again up to 5 decimal. I have not described 1 and 2 again because we have done it in type 1 and type 2. So you just do that way. Now question number 3 is different, that is the molecular weight of oxalic acid. Similarly, molecular weight of more salt, that will be also W2 by M2, and in that case while calculating M2 you will use 2 by 10. Now the fourth one, that is calculating the value of X. Now the molecular weight you have determined in question number 3. So question number 4 is calculate value of X. Calculate value of X. Okay, so here the equation for which you will get half marks, molecular weight, if it is oxalic acid, from H2C2O4 you will get 90, and for XH2O you will get 18X. So this is the molecular weight, and you have determined one molecular weight in question number 3, that is the strength in gram per liter by the molarity. So this will be equals to value obtained in question number 3. Value obtained in question 3. So 90 plus 18 equals to that value. From that you can calculate X. Now this X will come as decimal, but actually X is a whole number, so you will take the nearest whole number. Suppose for oxalic acid it is coming as 1.92, so you will write it as 2. First you will write 1.92, then you will write since it is a whole number, so the nearest whole number 2, that is the answer. Similarly, if it is more salt, then this part will give you 284 and then 18x. So 284 plus 18x, that will be equals to value obtained in 3, and from there you calculate X up to 5 decimal places and then the nearest whole number. So it comes near to 6. Suppose it is coming 5.88, so you will write it as 6. So this is your type number 3, where both the samples are given as pure sample, First question, molarity of KMnO4, that is gram per liter strength by 158. Question number 2, molarity of the other sample that you get from M1 V1 by M2 V2 equals to 2 by 5 or 2 by 10 depending on whether it is oxalic acid or more salt. Question number 3, molecular weight. So you have obtained two values, gram per liter and molarity. Just take the ratio gram per liter by molarity, you get the molecular weight. And now if it is oxalic acid, compare that molecular weight with 90 plus 8x, 18x. And if it is more salt, that value equals to 284 plus 18x, you will get the value of x. So formula writing half marks, correct value half marks. I suggest up to 5 decimal. In the question paper it will be written 4 decimal. And never ever do the averaging of the titer value, write it properly. Now remember, for that observation table or pipette capacity there is no marks, but you have to write it. You have to write it. And one more thing, I again repeat, don't try to forcefully make your titer value equal to your friends, because the range is from plus 0.5 to minus 0.5. So it doesn't matter if you are getting 0.1 ml more or 0.1 ml less than your friend. Okay, just do it properly as I have shown you how to do titration, and do the calculations properly. I hope all of you will get 7 out of 7 in this question. In our next video, we will discuss question number 2, that is organic sample analysis and that kinetic experiment. Till then, study hard, be prepared, and I wish you all the best for your ISC practical exam. Thank you.